What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. It's Professor Anime coming back at you with yet again another video. Today's video I am tackling Kiznaiver episode 6. So let's get this started. You know, I have to admit at this point, when it comes to Kiznaiver and also some other series that I have been seeing this season, you know, it's like I like them, but at the same time there are a few episodes in which I question, you know, what the overall plot of the series is in general, and, you know, it just keeps me, you know, not really enjoying it just due to certain episodes that end up coming out. For example, Mayoga, you know, you thought it was really good in the beginning, but then it just started to deteriorate over time. But then again, we're talking about Kiznaiver right now. So, yeah, when it comes to this episode of Kiznaiver, I honestly enjoyed this episode a little more than the previous episode that we have seen, because we get to see more of a developmental aspect on another character who seemed more mysterious in the beginning stages of Kiznaiver's plot, and that was Maki. I mean, when it comes to Maki's character, from what we have seen in the first episode of Kiznaiver, is that she came out to be a very ominous and strange, mysterious individual, and she even stated that, you know, she ended up killing someone in her past, you know. Who she ended up killing? Well, apparently it is pointed out that she ended up killing her friend in this episode of Kiznaiver. However, I don't buy into that whatsoever. If anything, she blames herself for the death of her friend. However, we don't really know, you know, what actually happened, you know, to the death of her friend. But it did seem that this friend that Maki had, her name was Ruru, I believe, you know, it seemed like she was very odd, you know, wasn't really right in the head. She could have had suicide tendencies. I mean, there was that point where she was about to fall off that balcony or building, or, you know, wherever they were at, I can't remember, but, I mean, yeah, it seems like she wasn't really right in the head. Now, if anything, it's, you know, Maki that blames herself for the death of her friend. However, her friend ended up dying to begin with, you know. So, when it comes to Maki's character, we see throughout the entirety of this episode pretty much just her, yet again, avoiding you know, her so-called friends who are bounded by the Kizuna system. I mean, there are only, like, a certain amount of individuals who end up trying to go out of their way to actually help out Maki and, you know, see what's wrong. We have, that guy who used to be fat. I still can't remember that guy's name. And then we have Nico. Nico actually went out of her way to, you know, check upon Maki and try to talk to her one-on-one. However, it didn't really work out that way. But then we have it to where there's a certain part of the episode in which a mission pops up for the Kiznaiver groups, and pretty much it comes out with the mission saying save Maki, and they go out of their way to actually, you know, save Maki. However, it doesn't really seem like it was out of their way of the kindness of their heart. If anybody, you know, was actually showing some sort of gratitude to actually help out Maki, it would have to be, you know, Nico and Yuta. I think that's the guy's name, now that I remember it. I think that's the fat dude who turned skinny. There's a lot of character names to remember this season, guys. But, you know, it does seem in some way that the characters who are bounded by the Kizuna system are somewhat developing feelings for themselves and the others who are in the group entirely. I mean, we know that the redhead girl still has a crush on our main MC, and, you know, we do see, you know, some of the characters actually go ahead and stick up for some of the other characters. However, some of the characters yet still don't, you know, fully trust one another. So there's a lot of conflict when it comes to the characters of this series. You know, they really don't consider all of them friends at this point. They just consider themselves, you know, people who are bounded by the Kizuna system. And then we also have Sonozaki-san, who is pretty much, you know, still going out of her way to pretty much give these people who are bounded by the Kizuna system missions, but yet again, it's only gratifying her and, you know, this, you know, sort of government agency that is handling the Kizuna system project. So, yeah, when it comes to this episode, like, I liked it, you know, when it came to the development of Maki's character, but the rest, I didn't really care too much for, but you know, it does seem like we are going to see more conflict of this series, like in a few more episodes to come. I mean, it seems like we are still developing some of the characters in general, and this is definitely a series that focuses more on the characters than the overall plot, because, you know, we still have the whole, you know, question as to how are the characters going to bring about world peace. Isn't that the whole plot of Kiznaiver, you know, have these people bounded by the Kizuna system to bring world peace? Like, I honestly jumped into this anime thinking like I was gonna end up getting like fights or some shit like that, but apparently I was wrong. So yeah. But yeah, I would have to say that, you know, from the ridiculousness that we got in the last episode of Kiznaiver, I would have to say that this episode was pretty interesting in terms of the development we have got from Maki, and, you know, just learning more about her in general. And I'm kind of interested to see what's going to happen later down the line of Kiznaiver. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below on what you thought about my review and also what you thought about this episode. And of course, if you like this video, don't forget to drop a like. It always helps out the channel. And if you want to stay up to date to my future content on this channel, please hit that red subscribe button below and you will never miss a video from me. That about does it for this video, guys, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Peace.